Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Sokola with Straight Up English. The purpose of these videos is to demonstrate creative, simple, and proven teaching techniques for teachers of English as a second or foreign language in the communicative classroom. On to today's lesson. Everyone knows that in English, regular verbs have an ed ending to demonstrate the past tense. But did you know that there are actually 3 different ways to pronounce that ed ending? This video will teach you those 3 patterns and show you how to teach them to your students. Set 1. The first rule is that if the root or base verb ends with the sound t or d, then the E from the ed ending sounds like a schwa, and the D is voiced. This creates an extra syllable. If you don't remember what a syllable is, then please go back and take a look at our other video which teaches syllables. Once you've got that down, come back and review this video again. It'll make much more sense and be much easier to teach to your students. So again, the first rule is if the root verb ends in t or d, then the ed forms an extra syllable and sounds like id. So, for example, want, want. In the past tense, wanted, wanted. We have 2 syllables now. How about need? Need. Past tense, needed, needed. Okay? Next, the second set is t. So the rule is that if the base or root verb ends with a voiceless or unvoiced consonant, except for t, because that was in rule 1, then the ed sounds like t, and the e is silent, so there is no extra syllable. So let's take just a few examples. How about bake? We bake a cake. In the past tense? Good. Baked. Baked. Be careful not to add the extra syllable. We don't want to have baked or bakerto. Just baked. 1 syllable only. Next, laugh. Now notice in laugh, the final letters, the spelling is GH, but the last sound is f, like an F. So the past tense would be laughed, right? And you can generate this from your students just the same way I'm asking you for the answer before I provide it to you. All right, and finally, we'll move on to set 3. And in this rule, it basically covers everything else, which makes it a lot easier. And it has the biggest number of possible sound endings for the root verb. But the rule is, if the root verb ends with a voiced consonant or a vowel, so all the other sounds where when you put your fingers to your throat, you feel the vibration, then the ed sounds like d. D. You should hear your voice there too and feel it, but no extra syllable. It's d, not id. Can you hear the difference? So let's just do a few examples from this one. The first is bathe. You bathe your children. Bathe. Bath is the noun, but bathe is the verb. So in the past tense, bathed. Just let your tongue slide in. It has to stick out for the v. Pull it back briefly for the last d. Bathed. Good. Not bathed, but bathed. Okay? Next, agree. Past tense. Agreed. Good. Agreed. And one more. Raise. Raise. Students should raise their hand when they want to ask a question. In the past tense, raised. raised. Make sure both of those sounds come in. We don't want raid. Raised. And not raced. Don't let them take the voicing away from both of those last consonants. Raised. Okay? Good. So, again, after each of these rules, I would have students generate their own ideas. And you could do a quick round where you have maybe 5